For children living in regions with high prevalence of abject poverty and HIV and AIDS, access to the existing formal early childhood development ECD centers is limited. This is due to the limited capacity of existing formal centers to absorb them, the distance between their homes and the centers, and high fees charged for ECD services.
Access to early childhood development services is still very low here in Kenya. Nationally, we have 28.5% of children who are able to access these services.
In the year 2012, and in response to these challenges, Grassroots Alliance for Community Education (G.R.A.C.E) initiated a pilot project on integrated home-based ECD in Embu and Chuka to provide affordable and accessible preschool services to marginalized children below the age of 6 years within the homesteads and neighborhoods.
We take care of kids of 3 and below, whereby we have a challenge of getting some kids who are 4 months. For now, I have one who is 6 months. But she comes partly.
Children in these ECD centers have access to education, food and nutrition, medical care, psychological support, and child protection.
A for apple, B for ball, C for glass.
Their caregivers benefit greatly from G.R.A.C.E economic strengthening activities. Through this model, G.R.A.C.E recruit qualified teachers, especially women, within the villages where the centers are established, and supports them to run the ECD centers as their own businesses. Its support goes towards providing scholastic materials, paying monthly volunteer allowances, and providing enriched porridge to all children.
In the past, we used just take their kids to public schools and or any center, but since they have found the essence of taking them to home-based ECDs, they have realized that it is doing them even better.
A total of 388 children have so far been enrolled in 16 ECD centers established in Embu and Chuka. Each center is operated by 2 volunteers who serve a minimum of 15 children. In order to improve community understanding on ECD, G.R.A.C.E, together with support from Oregon Shakespeare's Festival Daedalus Project, engaged 2 youth theater groups to conduct community education on home-based ECD through poems, songs, and stage dramas.
Drama is my only son, imagine. So,
during the drama sessions, the theater groups use real-life experiences to address challenges that are facing the caregivers and their children. These include child neglect and abuse, caregivers balancing diets for children, maintaining high level of hygiene, among others.
We work with G.R.A.C.E Africa in terms of enlightening the caregivers on the importance of ECD, and by that we do through theater.
The theater groups conduct storytelling sessions with kids at the ECD centers in order to improve their psychological well-being and early education in general.
Ulitokea Buzi. Buzi alikuwa na watoto wangapi? Watatu. Alikuwa na watoto wangapi? Watatu. Watoto wangapi? Watatu. Na wengine waniambii.
According to the volunteers who are running G.R.A.C.E home-based ECD centers, the theater activities have been very effective in addressing caregivers' challenges in handling young children and supporting them to access quality ECD services.
Since when we started the theater work, most of the caregivers have been able to come out and appreciate the work of the ECD teachers, more so the home-based things.
Since the pilot project has successfully ended, G.R.A.C.E plans to scale up its home-based ECD in other parts of the country, including Embu, Chuka, Samburu, Nanyuki, and Kibera's informal settlement. The theater activities will remain a key part of these projects.
I have seen great improvements in terms of how the community has responded towards this project, and I think it's if we give women a chance to provide education and integrated services to poor children, then we would have saved a generation.